Is there one of those sort of stories or experiences you want to tell us about? Or?
Well, of course, the biggest one was Ben Johnson being caught for using steroids at the Olympics, and that was quite a harrowing experience because a lot of people really turned on him, whereas he was just one of many who were doing it. We estimate that in the final 8 guys, 7 were on drugs, and only Ben got caught. So now we see the Americans are finally getting their just comeuppance in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been always a leader in cheating. I don't care if they hear me say it or not, but they were pretty rough on him, and so were our people. Our people were very, very rough on him, and yet his coach, I think, honestly believed that he couldn't win clean because everybody else would. That's what he thought. Now, whether he's right or wrong, I wouldn't want to say, but there are certain events in track and field that I would seriously doubt you could win without some help of some kind, like the shot put. They're all big, big, big guys, and I don't know if a guy's got the natural ability without some help.
So I guess that's been performance enhancing drugs were definitely sort of was definitely a big part going on during your career. Well, and is still, as we read in the paper, big.
Well, the thing is, people say, well, why don't you do something about it? But you have to literally see the guy do it. I mean, you can't, or test him, but you can't just say, well, I know you're on this stuff, and you end up getting sued then, but you have to know either by seeing him do it or through the test. And they have blocking agents and all kind of stuff to stop the test from showing. And then there's some drugs, some things they do that they still don't know how to test for, such as blood doping. They don't know how. So it's unfortunate, but I think that the IAAF, which is the world organization for track, I don't think they want it to stop, because if they stopped it cold, all the records would stand for 100 years. Like they wouldn't get the performances that they want to make the money to do the, whatever. So I think they want it quietened down, but I don't think they, I suspect the same is true with baseball right now. They don't want it to be quiet. Go quiet and go away.
So did you find too in '88 after, the Ben Johnson, it was, a huge event, well, worldwide. For the other sort of track events remaining, did people have trouble getting their focus back?
Oh, it was incredibly difficult. We had a hard time because it was kind of divided on the team. Some people were sorry for Ben. Didn't say he should stay on, but they were sorry for him. Others wanted his scalp, and it made it very difficult. We had meetings practically every day to discuss that instead of getting ready for the event. And there was only 2 of us, actually, who said, well, look, you guys can talk about that all you want. We're going to stay with the team and try and salvage what we can out of it. We had a hard time putting a relay team on the track because we weren't sure. Some guys wanted to boycott because of what they had done to Ben, and it was really, really, really very difficult. And fortunately in the village, the other athletes, other countries, they worked hard on us at all. In fact, the coach from East Germany came up and said, who screwed up?
No. Meaning everyone's on it, but, but you got caught. No one else got caught.
Was it your doctor? Was it so? A lot of people was interesting to see who was who, you know. Some of the media in Canada were just disgusting as far as I was concerned. They wanted the dirty stories. I wouldn't do. I said I didn't want to talk. And they wanted me disciplined for not talking.